Good evening.
Good evening.
First of all, I welcome Abhishek Vartan Singh to our platform, the Research Academia, and let me introduce you all. He's an interdisciplinary artist and scholar with a strong focus on the historical development of calligraphy, particularly the Nagari script. As the founder and executive director of the Calligraphy Foundation, he has led various workshops and exhibitions, blending his academic background in history with his passion for calligraphy. Having done masters in ancient history from the University of Delhi, he combines deep historical research with the art of calligraphy, creating unique works that reflect both his scholarly and artistic expertise. For Abhishek, calligraphy is a way to connect the past with the present using script to tell stories and preserve cultural heritage. Through his work, he aims to inspire others to explore the beauty and history of writing, encouraging a deeper appreciation for the art and its role in preserving traditions for future generations. So now I am welcoming you, Abhishek ji, to carry on with your very intriguing and interesting research that you are going on. Please carry on.
Thank you so much, Malika ji, for this introduction, and thank you so much for this opportunity where we are sharing our ideas and research topic and theme of the research with a minute. Just
Yeah.
so introducing my research topic. First of all, I would like to introduce the topic that is calligraphy. So whenever we discuss with anyone, like अगर आप मेरा इंट्रो भी कहीं बता रही होंगी एंड यू विल से दैट अभिषेक इंटरव्यू इज शेड्यूल टुडे एंड ही इज़ अ कैलीग्राफर. 80% लोग सबसे पहले आप ये पूछेंगे कैलीग्राफर, दे विल आस्क अबाउट द टर्म कैलीग्राफी. उन्होंने कहीं ना कहीं से इस टर्म के बारे में सुना ज़रूर होगा, बट उनको इसका बेसिक डेफिनेशन सिर्फ सुंदर हैंड राइटिंग ही लगता होगा. But if we go in depth, calligraphy is not the just the art of beautiful writing. Because when we say beautiful writing, beautiful is a subjective term and it varies. The concept of beauty in it varies across civilizations. What tends to be beautiful in one civilization, many a times it is awful in other civilization. And calligraphy is just the next stage of writing. It has its technicalities and it is just like other sister disciplines, and it is an art form. To define calligraphy in simple words, we can say whenever we are writing a particular script using all the principles and technicalities of the letter forms with a tool and applying these, when we form harmonious strokes and forms, then that particular art form is known as calligraphy. And defining calligraphy, I will add that we have three stages in the art form, that is calligraphy. And as a calligrapher, whenever we practice any art form, and especially calligraphy, it goes through three steps. The first is when we are practicing it traditionally. Here, all the external factors like the shape, the ornamentation, again the beauty of the art form is of prime focus. Second stage may we try to imbibe our own thing, our own nuances, our own personality to the letter forms. And the final stage is when we delve into the art form and add internal touch to the letter forms. So this is the whole definition of calligraphy, and this is not just my theme that I am adding. This diverse definition I have got from one of the research scholars. His name is Manny Ling. He is a research scholar who is also a really good calligrapher, and he has studied calligraphy and its meaning across boundaries by combining it with paleography and typography.
Okay, where did you
Yeah.
learn calligraphy from the person you are referring to? Can you give his background? Like
Uh,
how you got contact with him? How you?
he is
Yeah.
not my mentor. I have
Okay.
just read his research paper. He is also a researcher like me.
Okay. Okay.
And
That's great.
starting my calligraphy journey, I started my journey in class 6 7.
Okay.
But I cannot call it calligraphy. I was fascinated to art of beautiful writing because the whole credit of me writing these letters or me doing this research on calligraphy goes to my father. My father's handwriting is really beautiful. He writes amazing. So
Okay.
from the initial days only, I got proper training in handwriting. I used to write proper cursive forms with harmony in class nursery and standard one. When my when I found one of my notebook in class six of one standard one or two, I thought कि यार कितने अच्छे अक्षर आते थे उस समय.
Okay.
So it was that training that followed me, and I started doing. I just copied fonts, that is old English font from MS Word for making project files. I was doing it from class 6 to 12th. I was decorating all class boards and all the project files. Then wherever our school went, they took me just to decorate or write the things, and I was doing calligraphy. But it cannot be called calligraphy because I was not using the right tool. I was using any glitter pens, or if I was doing on board, I used to use colorful chalks. Everything changed when I got admission in Swami Shraddhanand College, that is University of Delhi. So whenever we come to a college, we try to be a part of something that we do as hobby, that is cultural activities. So I search for societies जहाँ calligraphy के कम से कम एक आध एंटिटी हो. अगर calligraphy ना सिखाया जा रहा हो तो handwriting कर रहे हो. I couldn't find a single society which was focused on calligraphy. So I, with one of my friends, founded a society in my college, Swami Shraddhanand College, that is still in function. That its name is Renaissance, the Creative Writing and Fine Arts Society of Swami Shraddhanand College. And I was the very
Great,
few.
great.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah.
Means उस समय अगर जब interact कर रहे थे तो
हाँ.
I went into competitions, and those competitions were strictly restricted to painting, and I was using calligraphic stroke to make paintings. So after 1 to 1.5 years, there was a thing, and I couldn't win because the thing was my artwork was unique, but it was totally different from others. And again, theme convey कर पाना possible नहीं था क्योंकि I was in the genre of painting which was needed on the table, and what I was doing was calligraphy. But at times a form of awareness came up within the cultural societies in Delhi University कि okay, ये calligraphy के stroke से शायद ये अभिषेक ने किया होगा because he is the person who is working on calligraphy. And I got so much support from my all my professors of Swami Shraddhanand College, and also the members of society of Renaissance. They used to work with me on textile scrolls. We used to paint mirrors with letters, and we did one of the most beautiful fest in University of Delhi. And those that fest included Greek mythology. We had paintings, and first time we had calligraphy
Oh, very
on
nice.
such a large scale. And it was just possible due to the support of my professors, my college management, and my team. I had an amazing team.
Okay.
Yes.
Okay. So, can you please show us in visually the script, the development, or what is the Nagari script to the audience who doesn't know properly?
I will just demonstrate the development from
Yeah.
selected inscriptions. I will only select one word,
Yeah.
that is a, and also I would like to add the portion that from an artist how it took a sharp turn, and now I am doing research on Nagari script. So what was the thing that took me to this?
Yeah.
I did masters in ancient history, and I was fascinated with both history. I love history and I love calligraphy. And but I was facing a problem that I also wanted to go for research in history, but I wanted to do something as an artist in calligraphy. One day, just reading, and I used to read a lot about calligraphy, but none of the book are very less book are available if we talk in the case of Indian subcontinent. So I used to purchase books from US, and those all were related to Latin and Western scripts and their development. So one day, just an idea came up in my mind कि यार I can combine both, and what I can do is can I do research on history of calligraphy because I'm reading a lot. I just called my professor early morning. It was a late night idea. I called my professor Ranjan sir, and I asked him कि sir, I have a question. Can I do research in paleography? First time I came across the word calligraphy, paleography, that is study of letter forms. and that changed everything.
Mm.
And this moment when I am talking about, I this was the period when I was already working on awareness and education of calligraphy through the Calligraphy Foundation. We founded it in 2021. It is the only registered trust in India which is working dedicatedly with
Great,
full
great,
dedication to
great, really,
awareness
really.
and education, and we
Yes.
are doing a lot, and we have a decent community of calligraphers across India, and we have worked with Ministry of Culture, and things are going great if we talk about awareness of Indian script. Now coming to the point where I had to do research.
Mm-hmm.
So when I started my research paper, I had no topic like everyone because we need a different idea when we are
Yes.
working with it. So whole idea sparked up when I was preparing for an exhibition that is for our own event, that is Akshar Mahotsav. We did it with IGNCA Delhi. So I was working on a project in which I tried to formulate the whole development of Nagari from 1st century to 15th century. That is 1500 years of transition of Nagari in a calligram.
Okay.
Calligram is a design made with letter forms. So I designed 6 rings, each ring depicting particular definite dynasties, starting from Maurya and ending to Vijayanagar dynasty. And that work was was the thing that led me to this topic when we talk, and everyone's asked, Abhishek, why you are doing a Nagari script.
Yeah.
So that work is the reason, prime reason. And again, if we say on the basis of research, देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट इज द मोस्ट कैलीग्राफिक स्क्रिप्ट, एंड अभी अगर किसी स्क्रिप्ट में सबसे अच्छे से काम किया जा रहा है तो दैट इज देवनागरी स्क्रिप्ट. एंड अगेन इफ वी गो ऑन रिसर्च बेसिस एंड रेफरेंसेस, famous one of the most prominent epigraphers and paleographer, that is Richard Solomon, in his paper of calligraphy in pre-Islamic India, he has mentioned that 1st to 6th century was one of the prime areas when calligraphy took a shoot, and we have ornamentation in all the inscriptions, and mostly in the northern India. And when I talk about my research paper focuses on physical process of writing.
Right.
It is something which I will not say that it has been ignored by scholars, like, because I believe when a person is working on his research paper, he gives us 100% always. We can never use the word कि किसी ने इस टॉपिक को इग्नोर कर दिया या फिर ये टॉपिक रह गया. इट्स जस्ट कि टॉपिक्स बहुत सारे हैं एंड पॉसिबल नहीं है हर रिसर्च स्कॉलर के लिए सारे टॉपिक को कवर कर पाना. हर टॉपिक खुद में बहुत बहुत डीप होता है. So my paper focuses on the physical process of writing, which with the help of selected inscriptions from 1st to 12th century CE, in which I am trying to use the tool change, that is an etched pen, as the prime focus, where each letter form would be analyzed. And when I mention physical process of writing, that means कि I will just trace this development stroke by stroke to just trace the thing what we can call early calligraphic writing tradition in Indian subcontinent. Just to the final hypothesis that I am working on, that if we are using an etched pen, we are writing letter forms, we are using principles, so we have calligraphy in India. Because if you see historically, it is always said that pre-Islamic India, we do not have any tradition of calligraphy, and this can never be true, because when you see the inscriptions, just see the beauty, just see the harmony. If you see Bangla script, it is completely calligraphic. It is written at a particular angle.
Right.
Whenever you see any inscription, just see. And the thing is, what has been जिस चीज़ पे ध्यान नहीं गया किसी का, स्टडी बहुत डिटेल में हुआ है. पैलोग्राफिक डेवलपमेंट ऑफ नागरी एंड ब्राह्मी पे काम बहुत अच्छे से हुआ है. बट प्रॉब्लम ये आ रहा है कि हम लोग जब लेटर फॉर्म्स को स्टडी कर रहे हैं तो हम लोग उनको एज ग्राफिक फॉर्म स्टडी कर रहे हैं, एज इफ दे वर स्टैम्प्ड, दे वर नॉट रिटन. बट इंस्क्रिप्शन के प्रोसेस में लेटर फॉर्म्स को स्ट्रोक बाय स्ट्रोक पहले लिखा जाता था, देन दे वर एनग्रेव्ड. It is our bad luck that we have very less primary sources of manuscripts of the earlier periods. So that is one problem. But again, they were not printed. They were not. It was not like that. Brahmi stencils were cut and they used to spray the ink and then engraving would be done. It was step by step process and it followed the same thing. So this is the prime focus of my research paper.
Okay, that is very
Yes.
nice, very great. And one thing I
Yes.
can understand, the thing is that from the very childhood days, you have born with some sort of a special talent of writing well. So whoever wants to study calligraphy should also have that capacity, I think, to write beautifully and to have a sense. I think you love the subject. You have
Yeah, I
loved the
love the
subject.
subject.
So when you're engrossed into your research, like I love my subject at the pharmaceutical industry which I've worked, and that is also the first in India. So I used to love my subject. Whoever used to tell me anything, no, I get so annoyed. I was just very much engrossed and deep affection. At the
Yeah.
same deep affection I'm finding in your research too. And could you just show us a little bit of the script or
Yeah.
visually? Yeah,
I can demonstrate it. Thank you so much, Malika ji.
yeah.
You are understanding the theme. And when I went in the Department of History with my research paper first time, while demonstrating, I will share.
Yeah.
So one of my professor told me that Abhishek, it is very esoteric topic. He told me that Abhishek, you can do research on art and artisans and how calligraphy as a subject changed. But I told her that, ma'am, my research paper is a solution for our calligraphy community, because once a research is done in the field of calligraphic writing tradition and a history of Indian writing system would be written, then it will help us in reviving the lost art form and the tradition of calligraphy in India. So that I discussed with her, and she liked the theme, and finally it was accepted in Delhi University.
Oh,
So
great.
yeah. So if we see, I will use a broad marker for the very first thing.
Yes.
That is the of early modern period. Is it visible?
Yes, yes, yes.
Just I will change the angle of light.
Yes.
Yeah, this is the thing. Yeah, this is the thing. So we have initial if we Girnar inscription, I will just draw a in center.
Yes, yes.
And then we will draw circular E's of different periods of selective inscription. So if we see this one, this is the initial letter form that we get. Okay.
Okay.
And this is from all the early inscriptions bear this sign, and initially the Brahmi we got, it was not proportionate. The angles, the letter form was not proportionate. But again, with going during first century CE, a change came up, and a thing called an edged pen came up. And if you can see this pen, this is a modern version of it. It is also a broad edge pen.
Okay.
And after coming of broad edge pen, what I can show you if I am demonstrating it, here you can see that the edges that we have, they are round. See this portion. Okay.
Yes.
But when we write any stroke with a broad edge pen, see, we are writing like if we say Barabar cave inscription, we will see the So when we are writing this I will zoom in. Okay. If we are writing this the initial portion of our pen leaves a mark, and these are clearly visible when we are studying the inscriptions, and these marks later developed into the head marks that we have in Devanagari.
Okay.
Yeah. And this thing came up during the first century CE when we study the inscription.
Right.
And if we study, this is the outcome of change in physical process of writing. That is, a new tool came up.
Okay.
Yeah. And as we move forward to other centuries, like 6th to 7th century, we have different a proportionate we find. If you see, I will move the camera again.
Yeah. Yes, it's visible.
Yeah, now it is visible. See.
Yes.
And I will mention the now I am going to make. It is of 6th to 8th century, but when I will make it, you will not believe it, because it is so calligraphic and it is so proportionate when you will see.
So these are special type of pens, no? You're using?
Yeah, this is a calligraphic pen. When I will be doing it for my research paper, I will be using the reed pen with which initially
Okay.
the manuscript, the early documents were written and then engraved, so that I can create a setting. We cannot create the exact setting, but at least we can try कि हम लोग लेटर फॉर्म्स के ऑर्गेनिक प्रोसेस को समझ पाएं.
Right.
Yeah. And these all box heads that we are getting, this is just due to an etched pen. Initially these letters were written with the help of stylus, इसलिए उस समय जो letters थे वो काफी flat थे. See the beauty of this letter.
Yeah.
It is from
Hmm.
6th to 7th century C. If we move forward to 9th century, we have a from Gaya inscription, and
Okay.
it is completely round and beautiful. If you see,
Okay.
I will draw it this side visibly. This was the inscription, and this is the round that we get. And for my research paper, I will be selecting inscriptions whose letter forms have been developed to a stage ताकि वो study हो सके. Because it is not possible to focus on all the letter forms. We will move forward with major inscription style, because this is not a research work of paleography, but it involves analyzing the physical process of writing, so that we can trace a tradition of writing using the technicalities and letter form development. So this is from Gaya inscription of 9th century.
Okay.
If we move forward, the next century, that is 10th century, we saw first time we have some references of coming up of initial of Bangla that we get.
Okay.
And the features, but this time the script was really sharp, not that broad what we got. And if you see, I am demonstrating it, like using the same tool you can also write the pointed strokes, and using the same you are drawing the broad stroke. It is just due to the angle that we get in a broadest tool.
Right. It's really a real discovery. Very nice. You're doing great research. It should be more and more focused. More and more people should know.
Yes.
And come forward with this topic.
So this is from the inscription of Vinayak Pal from 10th century.
Okay.
Yeah, and I have traced this development with selective inscriptions. If I can show you.
Yes.
This is my. We have traced this from 10th century. I am demonstrating it for you. And again, if you see this work is a part of modern calligraphy.
Okay.
If you see,
Yes.
like see,
Yes.
only the letter forms here that I have written. These are letter forms with ligatures. These letter forms have been used to create this beautiful design from Brahmi script.
Okay.
So this is a part of modern calligraphy.
Right.
In the Islamic period and Islamic world, the letter forms reached to a zenith just because it was a part of their tradition, and they used it in everything from architecture to paintings and all, because they couldn't depict अपने ह्यूमन फिगरेंस में डिपेक्ट नहीं कर सकते थे, बट वी हैव आर iconography and everything. But our letter forms are also capable in creating designs, and that can be used in architecture and across disciplines. I have also worked by using this designs to create interiors in various commercial projects.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the modern design. Again, I have one more reference. It was before. See the thing.
Yeah.
So this motif is from a pillar inscription, and again here we have letter forms. These are just letter forms of Brahmi.
Oh.
Yeah, that has been used as a part of design, and this calligram has been created just to depict that our what we have in our tradition is still beautiful, and it has the potential of reaching something that is a potential जिस पे बाकी सारे sister disciplines as painting, fine art, printing, everyone knows everything. Like if इफ आई वॉज इनटू फाइन आर्ट्स और आई वॉज अ स्केचिंग आर्टिस्ट, तो मुझे कभी भी खुद को इस तरीके से इंट्रोड्यूस नहीं करना होता कि ओके कैलीग्राफी इज दिस, बिकॉज एवरीवन नो द मीनिंग ऑफ पेंटिंग, फाइन आर्ट, स्केचिंग, बट देयर इज लिटिल, वेरी लिटिल अवेयरनेस अबाउट कैलीग्राफी व्हेन वी टॉक। इट्स जस्ट कि आपको कैलीग्राफर खुद को बताने के बाद पहले कैलीग्राफी एक्सप्लेन करना पड़ता है। एंड आई थिंक दिस रिसर्च विल हेल्प इन क्रिएटिंग अवेयरनेस ऑन द पार्ट ऑफ research scholar basis.
Right. This is a Bihar, no? Bihar.
Yeah, Bihar inscription, then this is Strasbourg inscription, Banswara inscription. This is just the transition of that we have.
Only the
You can see
transition
it.
of okay.
Yeah, in a particular century. And finally, see, this is so from 12th century.
Okay.
I am selecting inscription. Still, I am in the process of selecting inscription. Then I will study this development in all the letter forms, including the ligatures and all the conjunctions that we have in that particular inscription, to trace the technicalities and make sure that what I am doing it, I am using all the principles of calligraphy.
So that's great, really great to know about these evolutions and all, and you carry out more and more deeply. All wishes are with you. My best wishes are with you, so that you go on and carry on and get a greater dimension in your area of research. And what message you will give to the young scholars who will take up calligraphy as their research? Can you give them any advice?
First advice, that I know it would be tough for anyone to start, because we have many research papers in paleography. Even I was not finding when I was looking for references, because existing research is always important when we are building our research proposal.
Right.
So whenever you are working on any topic, I'm not just talking about calligraphy, any topic which is really esoteric, काफ़ी कम awareness हो जिस topic के बारे में, and if you are doing something on that topic, काफ़ी challenges आती हैं, but just stay on the path and be focused and just look for one reference. I got a reference in Ahmed Hassan Dani's sir's book on Indian paleography. There I got the word edged pen and physical process of writing. I traced it, I read many books. Just I followed the method where I read the book, again went into the references, then I finally reached to the paper of Richard Solomon, Indian epigraphy, and he has mentioned clearly about the term calligraphy in ancient India.
Okay.
So I will just suggest, stay on your path and read a lot. Try to read and get into depth, and now you also have many tools that you can use, because previously it was tough when you were doing research, when internet was not available, but अभी resources बहुत ज़्यादा हैं, तो आप ट्राई करें ज़्यादा से ज़्यादा डिजिटल टूल्स यूज़ करें, पीडीएफ इस्तेमाल करें, क्योंकि बुक्स बहुत कॉस्टली होते हैं, बट वन गुड साइड ऑफ कोविड इज कि बहुत सारे बुक्स ऐसे हैं जो बहुत रेयर थे एंड नाउ दे आर डिजिटली अवेलेबल. तो ज़्यादा रीड करें एंड ट्राई टू स्टिक to someone, a research scholar or a historian or someone who is doing research, the way you want to do it and the topic you want to do it.
Yeah.
That I will suggest. And if someone wants to do in calligraphy, I will say we have a huge vacuum to study, and I am just doing it in Nagari script in northern India. We have so many scripts. A similar research can be done for Bangla script, Maithili script. We have one of my friend, she is a research scholar of Banaras Hindu University, AISC. Her name is Akansha Upadhyay. She was also a speaker in Akshar Mahotsav, and she is doing research on Sharda script. So we have so many scripts to work upon. India, our master calligrapher Achyut Pallav sir says, जैसे हमारा देश कृषि प्रधान देश है, वैसे ही हमारा देश लिपि प्रधान देश है. हमारे पास बहुत सारी लिपियां हैं.
Definitely.
Yeah, and through Calligraphy Foundation we are promoting this. We are promoting through exhibitions, through our workshops. We are trying our best to promote Indian script, and I am trying to just support and complement everything that my foundation is doing with right and dedicated amount of research and content from my end.
Okay.
Yes.
Thank you so much, Abhishek, for giving your so many precious time, and looking forward for more and more research from your end, and all the best wishes.
Thank you so much, Malika ji, for this opportunity. If you have any questions related to this topic or anything, we can discuss that.
Yeah.
Yes,
Okay.
surely.
Okay.
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 Thank you
Thank
so
you
much.
so much.
Sure. Thank you.
Thank you.